All right, guys, welcome to the Road to Homeownership Podcast.
Thank you.
You are. I'm your host, Anthony Rehos, and today I have Zach Chapman and Sussan Mecca from the House Hustler team at Metro Roberts Realty. And today we're going to be talking a little bit about teamwork. We're going to talk a little bit about your visions and what's going on in the market and your upcoming home buyer workshop.
Sounds great.
Welcome.
Thank you for having us.
You seem nervous, like, let's do this thing. That's right. So let me ask you a question. So how did you guys get into real estate? Tell me a little bit about your journey.
So I started in real estate back in 2004 when I lived down in Pennsylvania, and I was a stay-at-home mom, and I wanted to get out in the real world and talk to adults, and thought it was something I could do for a hobby. That was a joke. And in 2006, I moved back to New York. I was a single mom at the time and couldn't, I needed to make sure I was getting a paycheck every week. Yeah. So I went back into the regular working world and 9 to 5. And in 2011, I decided to get my license here in New York, but it wasn't until 2016 that I put it to work.
2016. So you've been doing this steady for almost 10 years now.
Yes.
Wow. And you've been killing it. You've been killing it.
I put the time in.
Yeah. That's really good. And Zach, tell me about your journey.
So like you said, she's been killing it, and I saw her killing it. So that's kind of what piqued my interest a little bit. I had been living with her about 2 years ago, and I started a logistics business, and it wasn't going as well as I would have liked it to go. So I needed a little extra money. I saw that she was doing really well, so I figured get my license, help her where I can, and see what happens. And 2 years later, here we are.
So you're a mother-son duo. How does it feel like working together? Because it must be a very interesting dynamic. I wouldn't imagine working with my mom. It'd be interesting on my part. So how are you guys doing it?
Well, we're very fortunate because we have a good relationship.
Yeah.
And we have, just like everybody else, we have our good days and our bad days. And on our bad days, we accept that, one or the other is having a bad day, and at the end of the day, one of us is apologizing, and the next day we wake up and go on and move forward. But we're just very fortunate that we get along well and seem to be on the same page most of the time.
Who does more of the apology? Am I going to start something here?
I mean, it's pretty even, honestly. I mean, we both have our bad days. But yeah, definitely.
How do you guys feed off each other? Like, what's your strengths versus you guys kind of work together in that way?
I'm definitely probably more the face of the business.
Yeah.
And he's probably more of the, I don't want to say back office because that's where we have Michelle come in. But he's kind of piecing things together as far as like our CRM, making sure that we're keeping up with the logistics of a business that I don't want to deal with.
Well, he has that background, right?
Yeah, so I mean, as far as getting an LLC and all the legal stuff and the tax stuff and all that stuff, I'm kind of taking the lead on, so she can focus more on the legitimate, like getting more customers. Because I mean, people know her more. You know what I mean?
Sure.
So I just kind of do what I can to help, and then in time, I'll be helping with more customers and clients as well. So
you guys, that's a great team. You do all the background logistic work. You do all I'm the face, and hopefully that blend together is going to really take off. And you're also growing the team, the House Hustler team. You just added a new agent. Tell me about that.
Well, we saw an opportunity. Melissa was someone that we worked with on a deal about a year ago, and it was an absolute nightmare. And she stuck with it. She's a newer agent. She stuck with it. And I saw her work ethic. And I discovered her in a position that I felt she was being underutilized. So Zach and I sat down and had a conversation about it. Decided we could give it a whirl and see if we could make it work. And it's only been 2 weeks, but things already seem to be flowing in the right direction. So we're feeling good about it.
Very cool.
And it was perfect timing because the market's obviously heating up right now. So there's plenty to do. So we're not just sitting here twiddling our thumbs. We're kind of figuring it out as we go, but we're trying to keep everyone busy, I guess, and for lack of a better term. But
yeah. What's are you planning to grow more? Grow the House Hustler team? Add another agent down the road?
In time, we don't want to grow too quickly and put ourselves back or, become a sunken ship. So in time, we have lots of ideas, but ideas take time and planning.
Sure. So tell me about, you mentioned the market's kind of heating up a little bit. What are you seeing out there right now for buyers and sellers?
We have a ton of buyers right now. The thing with buyers is they're not always wanting it right now. They're just kind of putting feelers out. But we have a lot of people that are looking right now just because no one wants to move in the winter. And once it starts to warm up, they're like, okay, let's get a move on because this is the time to do it. And it seems everybody has the same idea.
And how about sellers? What are you seeing for sellers? Listings coming up?
Yeah, we actually have, we're working on a handful of listings that we hope will hit the market before, the end of April, middle of May. But we're, definitely out there looking for more inventory to assist with the plethora of buyers that we have. Yeah. So anybody out there, give us a call.
But tell me about some of the challenges that buyers are running into now in Western New York. What are you seeing out there?
I mean,
it's weird. It's a little unusual market right now. We see some homes that we're running up against. I just put an offer in on a home. It had 30 offers, and then we see another home. The next town over that's been sitting on the market for 30 days with no offers. So it's unusual right now.
Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of buyers coming to like an aha moment, or not even an aha moment. It's like a holy cow moment when they're looking at budgeting. Budgeting is really big now. And I'm seeing a lot of buyers, especially the first-time home buyers or buyers in general, where they have a vision of what that payment looks like. And then as a lender, you kind of have to kind of set things, put things in perspective for them, right? So if you guys refer a client out to me, and I'll have a talk and say, hey, I want my mortgage payments to be $1,400.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's just a payment. You have to have taxes and insurance on top of that, right? And first-time home buyers or buyers in general in the city of Buffalo, they're going in at what, $1,500, $1,600, $1,700 in the city. Outside the city, close to $2,000. So that's like a talk that we're having that I see on my end. I'm doing more of that. So it's kind of crazy.
I agree. I see that as well. We have a higher end purchaser, and the same thing. He's, his vision is tainted, for lack of better words.
Yeah.
So it's a challenge bringing them to the realization.
Yeah. Yeah. So that brings me to this point, right? So, having this knowledge that we want to share, right? You guys want to educate buyers and sellers. That comes to our up and coming workshop, right? And we have our home buyer workshop coming up in May, and we're going to be talking about everything what we just talking about right now. Budgeting is really huge. How to there's a whole bunch of stuff we want to talk about. You want to share a little bit?
Well, yeah, I mean, we talk about credit because, of course, with credit pertains to your interest rate, and your interest rate pertains to how much your payment's going to be and how much you pay over the life of the loan. Talking about the process, talking about the things that you need to do to prepare, talking about the things that you're going to have to do once you become a homeowner. So there's a lot to learn.
Yeah. Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah. I mean, it's basically just a full crash course from start to finish, the whole process. Because, I mean, a lot of people go into the buying process and they're kind of clueless. And that's where we have to come in as real estate agents and mortgage lenders and attorneys. We have to do our part to help them feel comfortable and educate them on the things that they need to know. And that's basically what this homebuyer
Workshop.
workshop. That's the goal behind it. So
Yeah, it's so interesting because I tell people all the time, like, I'm not Elon Musk. I'm not flying rocket ships up in the sky. We're not rocket scientists. We're just trying to help people get into a home, right? And the process, once you understand it, it's not hard. It's not hard at all. I don't think it's hard. I think, if I could get it, a lot of people could get it, I think, and when she can't stop laughing, like, yeah, Anthony got it. Everybody can get it. But what I'm trying to say, it's the process is pretty simple. And I think, having this workshop and walking through that process and helping people and showing people just the simple steps just to get into that, when they get out there, when they're looking for a home, they feel educated, right? So an educated buyer, they have a little bit more confidence, and they're not just buying a piece of furniture, right? They're buying a home, right?
Yeah.
So,
I had a buyer 3-4 years ago, 80 years old, never bought a home before, was being kicked out of. They had a farmhouse in the town I grew up in, and the gentleman was selling it, and they were going to be displaced, and I came along and showed them how they could buy a house. Now they're living in their own home at 80 years old, and they love it.
that's pretty cool. That's really cool. So what do you see this home buyer workshop, right? I would imagine people could go to, I'll put some links up, right? Just to contact you guys directly, right? Or contact me, right? Because I'm actually going to be there. Yeah, so I'm gonna be talking a little bit about the credit information and the process and the mortgage process. Now, we're not going to try to just kind of keep it simple, right? So, as your size of buyers, what are some of the topics that you think a buyer should be ready for to know on the real estate side?
On the real estate side, I think it's just understanding the market itself and the challenges we have. For the most part, with the multiple offer situations and homes going over asking price. So we talk a lot about terms to consider in order to put them at the best position possible when they're up against other offers.
Yeah, buyers don't realize that, right? You're going to offer, they find something online for $200,000, but that home is going to go a lot higher. So they have to understand they may have to bid higher, so they have to kind of be prepared for that these days, right? That's what's just happening. It's just crazy. You guys having fun?
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys having fun? Because I have some fun questions to ask.
Oh, no.
5 fun questions to ask. Ready? So, who's more competitive?
that's a really tough question because, I mean, our whole family is competitive.
Extremely.
Okay.
So it runs in the family. I don't know. I really don't know. I mean, I would say myself, I guess. 'Cause
Okay.
That shows who's more competitive.
Oh, snap.
I think with age, I'm calming down.
Oh. Yeah, he got you now. Oh okay. If the House Hustler team had a theme song, what would that song be?
Every day we're hustling.
Oh, yeah.
They were hustling? Yeah, I like
Rick
that.
Ross.
Yeah, that's a good one. All right. If you guys were not in real estate, what would you guys be doing? Who wants to go first?
Well, I know what I would be doing because I already do it. I have a logistics business, so I mean, I've done that for maybe 10 years. So yeah, if real estate ever fell through, I would be doing that, I guess.
Okay. How about you?
I'd be on a ship somewhere drinking Mai Tais.
That would be your job? I mean, what you want to do?
Hey, you asked. I want to be a princess.
Okay, that's pretty cool. Mai Tais? Okay, I got you. All right. So if you could sell a home to any celebrity, dead or alive,
Oh, boy.
who would it be? Go ahead, Zach.
That's a really good question.
Oh, my gosh.
Geez, maybe like I don't know, someone really smart, like Thomas Edison or something.
Oh, okay. You're going way back. Okay, you're going way back.
He'd probably give me some really educational stuff.
I'm going to sell you this stick cabin with no electricity, no running water, but you could create the electricity. You can create the light bulb.
Oh, my gosh.
All right, there you go.
I don't know. I have no clue.
Well, who's your favorite celebrity?
I don't know if I have a favorite celebrity, to be honest with you.
Okay.
Josh Allen.
Josh Allen.
Yeah,
Josh Allen.
Actually, yeah. Yeah, I like that
That'd actually
answer.
be pretty cool.
Because
Josh
I
Allen.
think Josh Allen's a really cool guy.
Okay.
I was never a huge football person. In the past, Zach has always been all about football from a very young age.
What's your team?
Knew trivia at the age of
Put me on
9.
blast
He
here.
could rattle things off. But
I'm going to call him out. What's your team there, dude?
Ravens.
Oh, man.
Yeah, well, I grew up in Maryland for a little bit, so that's kind of where that came to be. But
Okay.
been sticking with them since I've been real young.
What is, it's the last question, okay? What is something that people would be surprised to learn about you? Who wants to go first?
You want to go?
That I grew up in the country.
Okay. Yeah,
I'm a country girl.
You're a country girl.
Yeah.
Okay. Country girl. How about you, mister?
I don't know. It's kind of a boring one, but I guess I have a finance degree. I don't know.
But and you're also a Ravens fan that everyone
Yeah,
found
yeah.
out, and you have to be careful with that. You guys had fun. This is Bill's country. You know, being a Jets fan, it's tough here. It's
Yeah.
tough. I get beat up all the time.
Yeah, especially in the division.
Oh yeah, it's bad. And my team is so bad.
But we're not haters here in Buffalo.
Yeah, you guys are not haters. You're not. You just you feel sorry for us, right? Right. I get that all the time. Like, oh, you know, I like you, Anthony, because your team. I feel so sorry for them. Like, I feel so pity all the time because they stink. You guys have some fun? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Great time.
So
Thank you.
tell everyone how to get a hold of you.
Yeah, hit us up on Facebook, House Hustlers 716. We got an Instagram too.
Okay.
Or call 716-407-0373.
All right. Thanks, guys, for coming on.
Thank you.
Oh, that's it.
Thank you.